Hey YouTube, we are back with our SFO Grimhammer 2 Let's Play of Total Warhammer 2 with the Awakening, led by none other than
Luthor Harkon.
Luthor Harkon. So we are going to be ending the turn hoping that the Beastmen do not destroy Zlanopek, so that we can attack the Beastmen and then also take Zlanopek there right thereafter. Got a few upgrades going to the ship building here to Luthor's semi-horde, and we've also got an army up to the north making its way down to Zautek. We can take that as soon as we get there. So luckily the Dark Elves and High Elves are at each other's throats, so we don't have to worry about them too much. Eventually we're going to have to go over there, probably do a bit of damage, get back into war probably with the Dark Elves. Oh, you little booger. Well, looks like we're going to be going to war with some humans. That or we'll just let them have it and wait for the vampiric corruption to kind of chase them out of there. That's also a strategy.
Undead pirates!
Okay, so we built that up. We have the opportunity, or we'll be able to eventually, once we have the cash, build up to deck gunners, and deck gunners are probably our best ranged infantry units. So we're gonna eventually get those guys up and running as quickly as we can here.
You say something.
So let's take Luthor
As you were.
and let's go attack the Beastmen.
Make corpses.
Because again, we want as many fights as possible. So they've got a lot of melee infantry, a little bit of this high speed, which might be problematic to us. Let's see, their caster, relatively low leveled here. And looks like he's got mostly campaign skills, so he's not going to have very much in the way of magic. And he's a death caster, which means he's not going to be doing much damage to our guys, mostly to Luthor, which we're totally fine with. It's mostly going to be this infantry that's going to potentially cause us problems. But if you could take a look at this map over here, we've got a whole section over here where our avenues of approach is blocked off by what looks like probably like a mountain or something. So we're going to use that pretty heavily to our advantage. This little side here, that's going to force them to come in a known direction. Another issue I'm sure is going to be the giant feral manticore. But again, with all the guns that we have at our disposal, I think we should be relatively okay. So let's go ahead and fight this one and see what we can get up to. I'm hopeful that it looks like it's a bit of a rise over here. It looks like this is a rise and this dips. So that might be a little bit awkward for our cannons, but I think we should still be able to have a decent shot on most things. Obviously, we're not going to be able to shoot them. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like this rock formation is going to block off a lot of their avenues. Let's gamble with some of the winds. Yeah, initially I was thinking about here, but this kind of... Let's see. The map cuts off... I think it's... Yeah, there it is. So it cuts off about there. So this is a very tight avenue, but that hill is not the greatest for us. We could set up kind of here. Let's see how that would look. We set up our carronades to fire there. Well, actually, if we set up a gun line like that to fire anything that's coming down, and we hide some Mornghuls in the front so that they don't see those coming until it's too late. They're going to be really good anti-infantry. We can throw some mortars. Let's throw, here we go, we'll go like this. We'll throw the cannons like that. Mortars right behind. We'll hide the scurvy dogs in here so that if anything comes, it's going to be caught up. We'll put Luthor in the front, our gunnery white a little bit to the back, and our fleet captain all the way in the back. And we got 3 deckhands to still do something with. Let's put a deckhand here, deckhand there, and a deckhand there. I'll shift the scurvy dogs slightly back so they can catch out anything that stands there. And I think we should be relatively okay with this deployment. I was thinking we could use that, but now that looking at the actual landscape, our guns are going to be blocked. If you could take a look, our guns are going to be blocked. They're going to be coming from this way, and our guns are getting blocked by the land. Whereas if we go over here, our guns aren't as blocked. It's kind of a wide open space, so they should have a much easier time shooting stuff. So I think I'm a bit more confident about this arrangement. So we'll do that. Let's see, we'll hit them with some grape shot right from the get-go. Deal a bunch of damage. Let's deal some damage to that guy.
From salt.
Ooh, they're quick. Before I forget, let's just make sure that these guys aren't running and that our cannons don't move. We don't want him running away, and we don't want him running away. Where's that Manticore? Manticore is there. Focus down that Manticore. Those guys are kind of... pile up. So what's nice is that they'll pile up over here, so that's going to make some really good shots. Let's focus on the Gore Herd. That Manticore, I think, is in the range of these guys. Let's have you guys focus that one down. You guys can focus some of the range down. And we'll probably have to do some of that, but we'll save that for a second here.
They are lambs! Luthor Harkon! I'll allow it!
Okay, so our Mornghuls are taking a significant amount of damage. We don't have any crazy army abilities that we'll be able to do anything with. Let's see. Best we can do is distract for as long as possible. Have some of our infantry move up. Have our dogs move up. And we're getting Luthor to kind of throw a lot of damage out that way. And we are also having some guns. Let's have you guys 3 focus. Okay, that's gone. Looks like one of our Morn ghouls got killed, which is unfortunate. Not entirely unexpected, however, because I kind of sent them into the meat grinder. Let's start shooting those guys down. Start focusing those guys down. These will have to move. They'll have to do as much damage as they can. Who is not seeing very well? Okay, well, they'll have to focus then. Our dogs and these guns will have to be enough to take that out because he can't really see over those guns very well. Let's go ahead and throw that there so that they can, and actually let's throw some cackle fruit over here. That was a good one. Good from the grape shot. Now let's see. We've got a lot of dudes right there. They're about to rout, but let's see if we can't deal a lot of damage to them right before they do. You guys focus on there. You guys are taking that out. And let's take them out. Actually, let's see if we can't get a few shots in over here. I feel like our guys back there are going to definitely need the assistance.
Certainly!
Let's try not to lose our Morn ghouls. No, if we do, it won't be a tragedy. Just be kind of unfortunate. Hopefully that'll be a rout here pretty soon. Guys a little bit. Let's have them stop shooting at that guy, because if we kill their lord, that's actually bad for us. He might die because that's a lot of bullets still going his way. But if we kill the lord, well, that's unfortunate. So now what's going to happen is they're going to get their own, replacement legendary lord for free, so that somebody can lead their army. So it's really unfortunate that we lost one of our Morn ghouls, but I'll take that. Over losing a lot of our guns, so that's perfectly okay. We dealt them a really devastating blow. They lost more than half of their units while we lost basically nothing. So the Morn ghouls, I think we're going to have to replace. with potentially some with some crabs, because they're going to be a lot better for us. Excuse me. They're going to give us a lot more utility because they'll be able to hold the line a
A
lot better
force to be
than
reckoned
the
with.
Mongols. Let's do a little bit of revival.
The vamp.
Let's go ahead and break the
Retreat!
siege so that we can go after the Beastmen.
It is
We'll auto-resolve this one because we
the
can pretty much
onslaught.
destroy them. There it is. We'll
kill them.
reanimate.
Raise them. The land is easy.
So walk over here. Let's see. Missile strength of carronades, mortars, and the Queen Bess. For the arsonist, poacher. Bonus versus infantry and recruitment rank for gunnery mobs. Smugglers, campaign movement range, and recruitment capacity. Forger, income from raiding, income from all enemy buildings and local enemy province, negative 10%. Ooh, that's good. And a negative 5 public order, and a supernatural horror. So I'm pretty sure we get terror when we put him. Yeah, you can see that over here next to fear. When you put him on the Death Shriek, he gets terror, and we're definitely going to be putting him on the Death Shriek Terrorgeist, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's go ahead and reanimated marksman, and let's go with a black powder overload to get some more
little honor
power there.
amongst vampires.
Throw in a couple into Winds of Death. We're going to be able to get
My
Arcane Conduit
mind's
next turn,
sworn of
or next
mutiny.
level up. Get some more missile strength from missile units and some missile strength for artillery units.
Curse my crowded psyche.
So I don't think we actually have the building. Yeah, the Morn-Ghouls are coming from in here. Same thing as the rotting Prometheans. So we'll be able to go upgrade that fairly soon,
It was
since we're going to be
never in
getting a
doubt.
lot of population growth. Let's go ahead and let's see, does our
Master.
main settlements need anything? No, that's okay.
Admiral of the fleet. It shall be done.
Okay, so it would be
All right.
a really bad move to go and start raiding. We don't want to
Very well.
freak this guy out, though he might go to war with us just on principle, honestly. Though he's pretty happy with us for attacking the cult of Sotek.
The crew are restless.
So let's go back and kind of hold on to that for a minute.
King of the Vampire Coast.
Let's see what I can... We'll throw the deckhand mob in there for now. Because we'll just need some bodies.
Fools.
Let's not get anything there yet. That's gonna finish next turn. Okay, so let's go ahead and... Yeah, we've got one over here at the Star Tower. One treasure map over here.
The Pirate King only knows victory.
So we'll have to go grab that at some point. Our heroes can actually also dig for treasure, which is really nice. So we're gonna be utilizing that at some point as well.
But worry not.
So the cult of Sotek wants peace, mainly because they know that they're just about to get themselves destroyed, faction-wise, which, well, that's what you get for picking wars with the vampires, with the Vampire Coast and their insane progenitor, Luthor Harkon. So we're going to be getting rid of the cult of Sotek here in a second. I think we kind of want to leave the Dark Elves alone and potentially go after the Empire, because they're going to be challenging us for the artillery supremacy here, and we really don't want that.
I am the Pirate King.
So let's see, I'm gonna go see if I can't attack this guy.
Kill.
Yeah, he's gonna run off. Which is unfortunate for us,
I was
because we're not gonna be able to take everything out at once.
a mass murder.
Auto-resolve that fight, and we will go ahead and
The
occupy.
Pirate King holds sway here.
So now he is probably going to attack us, which is totally fine.
Luthor Harkon.
Let's see, I don't really need this. So Zlenopec, we're going to focus on.
My madness is not weakness.
We're going to be focusing on getting as much vampiric corruption
Curse
as
my crowded
possible,
psyche.
so that this immediately revolts.
Undead raiders.
So we're gonna run our guy over here,
Treasure
throw him
is
into a
dear.
camp stance, raise a bit of the dead. Ah, and then the awakening has awakened. So this is what we need for Harkon's quest campaign, is we need the collapsed cavern and then eventually into the ancient vault. So this is going to be the very last building we build in the awakening, because while this is quick and easy, one turn, 7,000 gold, this takes 18 turns. And I don't want to have this built and then wait for this settlement to upgrade all the way up here and then finally get to this and then wait another 18 turns, because you can see all those detriments. A plus 50% miscast chance, a minus 10% Winds of Magic power reserve, and a minus 10% magic resistance faction-wide. And we really only want that for the 18 turns it takes to build the ancient vault. So this will be the very last building we build. So for now, I think we'll need, let's see, vampiric corruption in adjacent provinces. That's not bad. Public order. I don't think we have public order problems over here, so I won't bother with that one. The Death Shrieks are going to be really useful. The Riding Leviathans, the Necrofex Colossus, those are all going to be really useful to us. So I think let's go with the Desolate Shoal. We'll upgrade the Hoard of Booty so that we can increase our raiding income and income from slave pits and meat markets. Hang on, let's take a look here for a second. So, public order building, pirate hall, treasure. I wonder if that's something unique to these smaller settlements. Meat market, slave pits. Okay, so it's increasing these. So we'll probably give the blood swamps one of those once we upgrade it. Income from ports. I kind of want to do... We could throw a growth building in there, which would increase our growth by a significant amount. It might be the best move, honestly, because we kind of want to upgrade our buildings as quickly as possible, but our growth is not really problematic. So let's go ahead and Hoard of Booty, and the treasure maps are going to be increasing our campaign movement range for our own armies and our raiding abilities, all forces in adjacent regions. Let's leave that blank for now. We really don't desperately need it, and we're waiting on the Cult of Sotek to take us over. Hopefully this will revolt soon. The corruption's going to keep rising because we have Luthor Harkon here. Same with over here. There's going to be constant corruption problems, so we'll probably aim for that. Probably we'll take out those lizardmen, that lizardman faction over there next, because that's going to be something that we don't want to have to encounter problems later. So better to solve it sooner rather than later. than to have to deal with it in the future. Yeah, they're going to attack us. They're going to lay siege because that's all they can do. They're not going to be able to win that fight, but it also prevents our buildings from doing anything productive for this turn, which is a little annoying, which is why I said it was unfortunate that we weren't able to lightning strike that fight away, because in this instance we kind of wanted them destroyed last turn rather than having one army not able to recruit, just hanging out and bothering us essentially. So this is actually one of those random pirate armies that we want to take out around the world for the pieces of 8.
Skills increase.
Let's go, let's see, we can. The Great Engagement. A major naval battle has ended, leaving hundreds dead on each side. Death is no barrier to continued service, as well you know. Those who fell in battle would make fine new recruits if we make haste and ed off at full sail. The perished could be reanimated before they're lost to the ocean. We must decide if this boon is worth the toll it would take on our crew should we make haste or ignore the battle. Full sail ahead, we get some experience for all infantry in my own armies, faction-wide, but we also get a huge detriment to our campaign movement range with replenishment and vigor, or get a campaign line of sight and a campaign movement range increase for picking nothing but death, and I think that's the direction we're going to go with. The ocean's filled with rotten corpses of the dead, but why rush to a watery grave? Instead, how about we take advantage of the lull in naval action against us? So that's going to increase our movement range, which is always useful to us.
I am the Pirate King.
It also dampened our replenishment rate, which is unfortunate, but nothing we can do about it. So let's go ahead and get Arcane Conduit so that will increase us. And attack this guy. Whoa, that's a lot of death. Let's see, you are a ranged and you are a melee fighter. I'm surprised by all that. Let's see, what kind of map are we talking? Maybe it's super to our disadvantage? Not really. Let's go ahead and fight this so we can ensure that there's no shenanigans going on. Because I have a feeling what the auto resolve is thinking is that, oh, if I throw all of my infantry units up at them, they will die really easily, and they will. They really will. But we're not going to be focusing our infantry on them. We're going to be focusing our artillery, our handguns at them. Yeah, so we know how this is going to go. Let's see. We got reinforcements coming from over there. Let's go ahead and make sure our cannons will be able to start firing right away. We can set up our mortars even further up. Set up a gun line so that it's going to be firing at them right away. We can set our gunnery right there. Luthor Harkon there. Put him in the back. We're going to be hiding all the dogs and Morngul's over there. We only need the guns to deal with these guys.
Yes, Captain. Fleet Captain.
I'll activate Arcane Conduit. They can kind of come over here. We'll back up these because they're going to take a lot of damage, the deck droppers from the skink, and we really don't need to be doing that. Yeah, the trees are going to protect them momentarily, but that's no big deal at all.
Come vampire captain.
Let's go ahead and revive Luthor a little bit.
Captain.
Good. The Pirate King.
Yes, captain. Above deck. Gather in, mob. Yes.
Time to die.
Don't bother with
drink
that.
soon.
Easy enough.
Fleet captain.
We'll let him run. The reason we're doing that is to replenish a little bit of the Winds of Magic so that we can heal again. So we can heal. Let's heal the Gunnery White this time.
Sea dead rise.
So that I see, that's the issue with the auto resolve, is that they will throw all their units right out into the front for absolutely no reason, assuming that that is how I would play. But that is super not what I would do. That is super not how you play the Vampire Coast. You really need to take them out. The infantry is meant to blob, meant to kind of hold their infantry, their units in place, while your guns, your artillery, your lords, as much as they can, take out the enemy units. You really don't want to be sending your infantry into the fight because they're not going to be generating value, as they say. So we killed the lord, which means they get a free lord, but we don't mind because that lets us fight this fight again.
Luthor Harkon.
Real quick, let's just go in here.
I smell a defector.
I thought I had, yes, pyrotechnic compound. Throw that on him. And let's see, we got an arcane, we got the power stone for you. Potion of foolhardiness. We really don't want to be sending you into the fray. This lord, however, we suppose we can a little bit. We gotta work on getting some more items for these guys.
My mind's worn of mutiny.
Scupperum. A little bit more damage for our artillery units. Next turn we'll be able to unlock Fractured Mind, which is going to work our way up towards Pirate King, which is going to be really good. So we'll go with Black Powder Overload.
Curse my crowded psyche.
Go over here. Let's not risk the auto-resolve. Oh, looks like it's just the hero. Well, that's going to be a bad time for you, but let's take a look real quick here. I bet it's going to be, yeah, pretty open. Pretty open for us. We'll set up, so you can see there's kind of like this hill off on the side of the arena, of our battlefield here. So we're gonna have to set up our cannons kind of on this side so they can see over here as much as possible. He'll probably set up his skink chief. Oh, right there. Look at that. Okay, so cannons.
Above deck.
Mortars.
Gunnery, mob.
gun line.
They are lambs!
Luthor and the gang. Hide those guys over there. Throw you guys over here. Start. Let's go with Arcane Conduit. The Power Stone should already be grinding its way to giving us some more Winds of Magic.
Ready to murder!
And we've already broken them with a few shots of our cannons. Nice. Exactly what we wanted to have happen. And that is the end of the Cult of Sotek. It was an inglorious end. They foolishly attempted to attack Luthor Harkon, and that is exactly what you get for attacking the Pirate King. So let's see, so this army should be destroyed now because they lost 2 battles.
The vampire coast prevails.
Yeah, there we go.
The dead war. Luthor Harkon.
So that actually leveled up our guys a little bit. We can put this guy up on a rotting Promethean. It'd be useful to get him, make him a lot more defensive, I believe. Yeah, it increases his armor and health a lot. And since we don't, it just lessens his speed a bit, so he won't be as mobile on the battlefield, but it's going to make sure that he's a bit more useful at holding the line, which is what we'll need him to do. So I think that's what we're gonna do to kind of get him up and out of the melee fight. We can also put this guy on a rotting Promethean, but let's first give our artillery and missile units a bit of extra range. See, now they're already all the way up to 189. So we'll move Luthor a little bit over this way, because again we were going after Talaxtlan? I believe this is how you pronounce that faction.
King only knows victory.
Let's see. What can I raise? Let's combine these two, combine those two, raise a couple more zombos. Local horde, I can recruit some cannons. The cannons, I think the cannons end up being a lot better, yeah, than the mortars. So I think we're going to upgrade to those mortars into cannons as soon as we have a couple of turns to spare. I'd rather not do it just this second. Let's go ahead and move this guy in.
Plunder plenty.
Start raiding a little bit to really mess with their public order. And let's go over here. You know, I think I'm gonna get the growth building because we wanna get these guys upgraded as quickly as possible. The Poxmarsh needs a zombie watch post, and then upgrade that to the haunted blockhouse. The blood swamps need to upgrade so that they can get to that haunted blockhouse, and then get the, what were the name of those? The slave pits, and then the meat market, so they can be generating some passive income for us. So we're gonna go ahead and build that. Growth building there.
A force to be reckoned with.
Let's see. I think we'll need the Rotting Promethean before we'll need the Death Shriek Terrorgeist. So I think that's what actually what I should prioritize is this, so we can get our deck gunners up and running. So maybe we'll do that. Okay, let's go ahead and end the turn with that guy raiding up there. It might tick off the... what are their names? the Hunt Marshal's expedition faction, but that's perfectly fine. Looks like they're kind of chasing the Dark Elves around a little bit, but they left themselves open to an attack. Go get them. Oh, you backed out. Understandable, I suppose. Oh, and the faction Talaxtalan was destroyed. Which probably means that the Empire faction, the Hunt Marshal's expedition, is right there. Which might be useful to us because we could probably attack him.
Ogres, my lord. These brutish nomads are as strong as they are stupid.
Oh, nice. Ogre mercenaries are not bad for us.
Harkon rolls! Back to your ranks! The land is easy.
What do we got over here?
Praise Sigmar.
Very well. Make this quick.
Because we have Lightning Strike, we could take them out pretty quickly.
The stronger,
If we could reach them.
the better.
Let's see. Where am I getting scurvy dogs from? That'd be this building.
My mind rages.
Gosh, I almost prefer...
Curse my crowded psyche.
Admiral of the fleet.
Let's throw... Queen Best. This right is unlocked when reaching rank 12 with the faction leader.
Fear me.
Okay, so we'll have the Queen Bess here pretty soon. So we'll definitely want to leave a spot open for the Queen Bess, because that is a really, really good cannon.
Undead raiders. Where to? I thirst.
An admiral to be admired.
So we got the Vangeist's Revenge, and I'm pretty sure this guy... Did I give him the Power Stone? No. Okay. But he's got some pretty powerful spells. Lure of the Deep is pretty good. I've also got decent range on these guys, which is going to be really useful. I could attack here.
Speak up.
Actually, I wonder, does he have ambush stance? I could set up an ambush.
As you were.
I wonder if they would go after Slanopeck. They might. They might just feel confident enough to take it.
I am the Pirate King.
So let's try it. Let's give that a go.
A deathly surprise.
It is your decision.
Make this worth my while, or you will not.
Admiral of the fleet. No! I'm surrounded by fools!
Let's get some... We don't really need the mobility. Our thing isn't mobility. Our thing is... We need some line holders. So these bloated corpses will be able to crack their lines wide open. And I don't think they have the ranged units. They don't even have the ranged on us to deal with it too much. They'll be able to shoot ours a little bit. But what we can do, because they have to come to us, is we can use these forests, kind of set up our lines right here, let them try to run at us, and then corpses will run in, and one after the other they will explode.
Gathering mob!
So, and our handgunners are going to be at a longer range than their crossbows. Wonder if they'll just wait for us.
Captain! Lurching!
Moving! Bandits! Zombies! Move there! Gunnery mob! From soul!
Arise to my dominion!
Always through!
Get them!
Gunnery mob!
Attack! Front!
Let's eliminate those.
Curse on you! Dark Hex! From soft! Man dance!
There we go. Utilizing the bloated corpses and what guns we had available, we were able to really destroy them except for one bloated corpse, which I think that was something, I think what attacked us there was somebody that was already retreating, so that's unfortunate. But we will be able to revive more bloated corpses, more than likely, because they tend to be in our raised dead pool pretty quick. And even if not, that is still a significant blow that we just dealt them.
This isn't the gods' victory, it's mine!
Occupy
Admiral of the
Slenopack.
fleet!
Throw some growth. Get some plunder piles.
The crew are restless.
Give you a bit of an upgrade. Oh, cool. He gets this ability, the magic missile, probably to throw a bomb. Or he can go monkey jack it and be more of a melee fighter, but we kind of want him to be a gunner. Let's keep him as a gunner. Not yet. So we'll see if they decide to go after Slenopack. That would be really useful.
Master!
Upgrade the lynching post. And we will end our turn and see where the Empire decides to go next. Looks like they're getting a bit caught out, the Dark Elves. But then they're not the smartest guys in the world. Especially because looks like a black arc to me, and those black arcs, you really don't want to lose those. Those provide artillery support for the other armies as long as they're within their circle of influence. They're actually providing a constant artillery barrage army ability, which they really want to keep a hold on. Wow, they're really piling their armies up over here, aren't they? I guess they're freaked out. Clan Pestilence is at war with the Sacred Pools. Not surprising. Could be a bit annoying to deal with Clan Pestilence. Looks like they moved from Chakwa. Wonder where they might have actually gone north to see what they could take, which might be okay for us. We can just move right on Chakwa. Base weapon damage. A brutal business. A battle is a blood-soaked affair. Limbs severed, bones exposed, men left for dead in the... I don't know that word. Soaked fields amongst scores of fallen friends and enemies. Strong weapons forged with time, sweat, and expertise make the difference between victory and defeat. A good sword cuts clean through bone, severing heads and limbs where lesser weapons will merely maim. As instability grows across the world, so too does man's bloodlust and his desire for war and carnage on an ever grander scale. A brutal business, so we're gaining a 20% increase to all of our melee, to all of our base weapon damage for 10 turns.
Luthor Harkon.
Let's see what we got here. Looks like we got one guy. Oh, but we have the ability to revive a lot of stuff over here. So, what do we need? What do we need? We could use some more cannons. You can never go wrong with cannons. Could also get a unit of animated hulks. So those aren't the best. So I think the play here maybe is carronades to
Absolutely not.
mostly infantry.
Seaborn death.
I think that's what we'll do. I think we'll combine the scurvy dogs,
Souls are booty.
get rid of one, and raise a carronade. And then we're going to go up to this army,
Everywhere.
and we're going to lightning strike, so that we don't have to deal with these reinforcements. We only have to deal with this unit, with this one army at a time. We might be stealing some good stuff, and let's go see if we can't shoot them to bloody bits. So with our gunnery wipe, it's going to increase the range of our guns beyond the range of their crossbows, so we'll be able to hit them way before they hit us. We'll also be able to send the scurvy dogs and the Morngul hunters into their back lines to attack those ranged units once they are sweet. So that's unfortunate, but nothing we can do about it. So let's go ahead, set up our cannons, set up our mortars, set up the gun line. With these guys to the fore. This guy in the back on the rotting Promethean.
Grinding targets.
These two we will set over here and have them wait for a little while. We kind of want them to commit to the attack. Let's see, they're going to spread their units pretty far, so let's back these guys up. We really don't want them located until it's way too late for them to do anything. We'll throw a couple units here to block any infantry that get too close, a couple units here to block any infantry that gets too close. But really it's going to be the job of our heroes to kind of block as much as possible. Yeah, so see their spears are way over there, so let's back our units up even more. Let's Let's open with a little bit of the old Sartosan grape shot. Nice. Bit of a miss there, but not bad. Did it some damage. Let's start with you. You focus on that general. You focus on these guys. You focus on those guys. Mortars can focus here. These mortars can focus on these swordsmen.
Flintlock prime.
Power and death!
Attack! Fight! Finally!
That general, the Empire, just melted. So that was real quick. He just disintegrated pretty much immediately.
Up on deck! Noise! Blood lover!
Oh, keep forgetting we really don't want them running away. You can go after them.
Bones and flesh!
Luthor Harkon! Bones and flesh! Maneuvering! Smell their fear!
The gash rock! From the bell scroll!
Move them!
Always true. Undead. Die.
Time to die!
Make sure they're in guard mode. I just have to remember that. That's all.
Jump!
Fleet captain!
Who's next?
Yeah, I won't hit in time. Oops, I think I killed one of my own guys.
Captain to you!
The battle there. We don't have to chase down every single one of them. They've taken a significant beating there, and we will be able to take the garrison without too much difficulty here. I think what we'll do, since we're getting up on that hour mark, if we haven't already exceeded it, what I think we'll do here is we'll see. I'd rather not auto-resolve this fight because again, the AI, the auto-resolve tends to they tend to like think that I'm going to put like these guys in the front line against their front line,
The vampire coast prevails.
and I am super not going to do that.
It was never in doubt.
Alright, so we actually got the Curse of the Queen's Cannon, so we have the ability to do that once we have the funds.
The pirate king only knows
So
victory.
we'll upgrade him to Fractured Mind. We will
My
give...
mind's worn of mutiny.
We will replenish troops for this guy.
Luthor.
And I will cut it here. When next we come back, we're going to be taking this city, or maybe just sacking it and getting some extra stuff. We'll have to see. Let's see, missile resistance, physical resistance, charge bonus. It's not really good for any of our things, really, because we kind of want that missile. We don't like that loss of missile resistance. So we'll throw it onto him for now, but we might end up giving that to somebody else. So we'll cut it here, and we will, when we get back, we're going to figure out what we want to do exactly with this settlement, as well as how we're going to be destroying the Empire. So I thank everybody for watching, and we will see you in the next episode. Have a good one.